ready. You ready? You ready, Marty? I'm
I'm
ready.
ready.
I'm ready. We're ready. You ready, Jesse? Jesse's ready. Jesse's getting ready.
I'll think about it.
We're all ready.
We're all ready. We're all ready already. Ready.
Here we go!
Welcome to Nintendo Dads episode 551, recorded on October 30th, 2025. On this week's episode, we talk about Nintendo's secret Animal Crossing Direct, Mario is full of hot air, and Pokemon sells out. Jesse, you know what to do.
Oh, yeah. It's that sweet, sweet time of the week when Nintendo Dads hit the airwaves, and it is episode 551. It is Halloween Eve here at Nintendo Dads HQ. And this week, joining me on the show, by the way, my name's Marty. Joining me on the show this week are Tim and Jesse. How you guys doing?
Woo!
I'm not that enthusiastic, but one thing
Is that a cheer for the end of the week coming, or is it just a cheer because
It's
we're
the
here?
end of the week. Halloween's tomorrow, or if you're listening, it's today. You know, if you're not listening live, I'm excited for all fronts, and especially because we got some information today about Animal Crossing that nobody was expecting that I can't wait to talk about.
And only we got it.
Yes.
Right?
was
Nobody.
secret.
Not only was nobody expecting it, only we have that information.
Yeah, it was so
Kid and
secret.
Krista didn't do any reaction video or anything about it.
No.
Because they wouldn't have
We
known.
let them watch it after. That's what.
Yeah, we got it first. So, gentlemen, Tim, you bring up a great point here. Do you have Halloween plans?
Yes. Handing out candy and eyeside. Kids are gonna go out and be with their friends. So I'm probably not gonna dress up this time. I think this will probably be the first year in a long time I'm not gonna dress up. I'm just gonna sit out, enjoy watching all the kids run around. Hopefully it won't be too crazy weather-wise, and hand out some candy. I might just pull out the solo oven too, like we did last year, and get the fire going while we're handing out candy too. So.
Nice. Jesse, what about you? Halloween
before-
plans?
I bought some candy to hand out. I don't know what. Again, new house. The old house, we'd be lucky to have 10 or 15 kids a year anyway. So I don't know what to expect here. I bought basically a case of king size Three Musketeers. So I'll just hand out full bars and then we'll see how that goes. And if they all don't go,
High roller.
I have stuff that I know I'll eat.
Yeah.
There you go.
So my son's having friends over tomorrow night for scary movies and food and hangs, and my daughter's going trick-or-treating with some friends.
Nice.
Yeah. So it ought to be interesting. And then the next night she's going to a slaughterhouse. It's called the Darden Slaughterhouse. It's where
That'll be fun.
she went last week, but now
Okay.
she's going to go back again because she's like, I like the clowns. They were funny. And I was like, that is not something I would ever say in a scary place. So
That's probably not what they're going for, but sure.
Yeah. So my son, I was like, what movies are you going to watch? And he's right now he's queued up Nightmare on Elm Street, the very first one. It's streaming on HBO Max.
Good choice.
So,
Good choice.
and then I'm trying to convince him to watch the original black and white Dracula because it's terrible. I mean, it's have you seen
It's scary in
this? Have
more
you
ways
seen
than
it?
one.
No, how
It's
about
awful.
how about the original Little Shop of Horrors, black and white?
Ooh. Yeah, that might be good. Okay.
That's also a pretty bad movie.
If you
but-
never here's the deal, you watch Dracula because of the nostalgia, I think, because it's literally like an hour and a half of him just staring menacingly at people. You don't ever, he doesn't kill anybody really. It's all happens off screen. It's all implied. And yeah, it's like you could tell which backgrounds are like drop cloths and stuff. I mean, I'm not, hear me when I say, I'm not knocking it. I enjoy the experience. It's just terrible. It's
It's just the
just not
technology of
good.
the time. That's understandable.
And
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
make sure they watch Michael Jackson's Thriller too while they're
Ooh,
at it.
yes.
Oh,
That's a good recommendation. That's good. We don't get any trick-or-treaters usually because we live out in a really rural
Spread
area.
out. Yeah.
And yeah, and I mean there is a street next to us that has like a bunch of houses on it, and I'm sure people do it down that way, but our driveway is a third of a mile long anyway. So like people just they
it's a
don't come
trek.
down the
Right.
yeah,
It's
like they don't come down the
not a
driveway unless
destination.
they're coming to roll us, and that happens sometimes. I have not it have
Or
not happened this year, so we'll
Yeah.
see.
get out the toilet paper and the eggs, I guess.
Yeah. So
Right. But before we
well,
start, Roger chimed in.
okay.
He
Hey,
says, "Have you
Roger.
guys on in the background while I'm packing for my Tokyo flight? Hope you guys have happy Halloweens with your families."
Awesome.
See,
So we guess we
Roger
know
is excited as I am for Kirby Air Riders, so I'm excited about that, even though
well
we're
maybe
not
that's
talking
why he's
about it.
going to
But
Japan. Who
yeah,
knows?
He's gonna
I
he's
guess those are
gonna
his
have
Halloween plans.
he's gonna get a first look directly by Sakurai.
Roger is a secret character in Kirby Air Riders.
And then
what would be his board? What would be his machine?
A skull, like a skull and crossbones.
There you go. Nice.
So yeah, right.
so
Uh,
before we go into the news, I wanted to do a little show and tell. Uh,
sure.
I don't remember how the conversation started, but yesterday someone took a picture of an old box of floppy disks, and then people started sharing what old stuff they got lying around. So I was at the old house to pick up my Square Enix package, and while I'm there, I'm like, I know I forgot a few things, so I go and check it out. And I was expecting to find my Apple II discs, but on top of that was a smaller box with 3.5-inch discs. So I'm like, that's not many. So I figured we go through them real quick and see what I got. This,
You got this.
that you won't be able to see the label, but this
Yeah,
is
you
my
just have to
final.
read it.
This is my final project when I did an assembly class back in like 1995 or 96.
Wow.
Mm.
This one isn't even labeled. Uh, King's Quest 5 Disc 5. Don't know where the other discs are, but I have Disc 5. Then 3 discs of MS-DOS 6.21.
Wow.
Uh, I have a boot disc for Windows 98, but only the boot disc. I don't know what happened to the rest of them.
That
Disc
that 3.5 floppy disk is your machine. That's what you would fly on in Kirby Air Riders.
right. A disc with the label upside down that's got CD device drivers, and
Okay.
then 6 discs of Windows 3.1 installer.
Oh my gosh, Windows 3.1.
So
Holy cow.
so I can install DOS in 3.1 probably in a virtual machine, because I'm never going to find a machine old enough to actually have it installed, because I think I have to have
That's
a
crazy.
16-bit computer to run all that crap.
And Friendo says, "I'll keep my Omega zip drive."
Yeah.
I remember those two.
Yeah. And then I know still packed up somewhere I have Borland C++ 3.0 compiler, which was like 1993 when I bought it. Still in box with all the books and documentation. And then I have King's Quest 7 Windows 95 CD edition somewhere as well.
That's crazy.
I
Yeah.
distinctly
Platypus
remember
says
having
Platypus says the biggest problem might be finding a computer with a floppy disk drive to put them in. Yep.
yeah. I distinctly remember the having a zip drive, like having to buy a zip drive in college. And if you've ever used one of those zip disk drives, they had zero quality control.
Right.
They were awful. And yeah. awful. I had a lot of computer problems in college, just for no reason. Uh, but those were the days. And Mecha Dragon is somewhere out there hearing all this and going, he's just got like question marks over his head right now. And he's,
Fried his brain.
yeah, he's like, well, that's why I like hanging out with you old guys. Uh, you know, anyway, I don't know
Hey,
if
by
that's
the
what it
way,
sounds
you were
like.
mentioning Roger was in there, chat, but we got some other people that we hadn't come around in a while, like G Acres
Okay.
stopped by, and then we got N64 Josh who also stopped by, along with our normal cast of chat friends that come
And we
in.
appreciate everybody. I mean, it's
Yes.
good. And speaking
So
of
shout out to
appreciating
everybody.
everybody, Jesse, it's time for the news. You know what to do. Our news is brought to us each and every week by you over at patreon.com/Nintendo Dads and Twitch Prime,
No, not
where,
you. You right there. You.
yep, you,
And you over
you're right
there.
over here. You're right over
And
here.
you. Yeah.
There's a bunch of them. I don't think we can point them all out. But anyway, you guys keep the lights on over here at Nintendo Dad's HQ. And we want to say a huge thanks to everybody who is in on Patreon or on giving us a Twitch Prime subscription. You guys are awesome. You're friends of the show. And thank you to say thank you for that. You get an ad-free feed of the podcast. Tiers over on Patreon get different things. $5 gets you fully integrated into Discord. $1 a month gets you in the door. All right, just $1 a month. That's a steal of a deal in today's economy. $5 gets you the full slate of sub channels there in the Discord. $10 pre and post show audio, and $30 you get to be on the show as a Patreon producer. And all of those just make you a better human being just for doing that. And if you want to do a yearly subscription, you can do that, and we'll give you a month for free along with the ad-free feed of the podcast. And guys, it helps us do things. Seriously, we're not. Yeah, I don't know if you figured this out yet. We don't do this to like make money. All right, we do it because we love Nintendo. We love each other. We love you guys, and so you can help us keep the lights on and keep games in our switches and help us do other cool things that we may or may not have coming up that I probably shouldn't be talking about yet. But anyway, patreon.com/Nintendo Dads. Head over there right now. Right now. Tell them Marty sent you. Nothing will happen because it's a website and websites don't talk back to you. And if they do, you need to pull out a gun and shoot your computer. But anyway, this is probably a transformer. But we appreciate all of our friends of the show over there.
Maybe it's
And wherever you,
PO3.
what?
Maybe it's PO3 from Inscription.
Yeah, it may be. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't get that far. Here we go. Let's talk news. Mario is going to be in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade this year as a balloon. And no, he didn't pop a pea balloon and fly into the sky. This is a galaxy themed pea balloon, galaxy themed giant balloon to celebrate Super Mario's 40th anniversary. So you should watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade for lots of terrible lip syncing and the 5 seconds of Mario that they're going to show coming around the side of Macy's right before commercial break. I don't like that parade. I don't know if you can tell that, but anyway,
But
it's
wouldn't it have been
mandatory.
cool if Nintendo invited the 4 Nintendo dads to go hold the Mario balloon as part
That
of the team to walk down?
I mean, come on.
Maybe with some of these other dads, that we
Sure,
meet up with them
we could be
every now and then
us,
with.
we get the mega dads, we can get we could auction off spots to hold the balloon for extra life
We got Roger and
in a
Josh
couple
in chat
weeks.
ready to
Yeah,
help.
yeah,
There we
yeah.
go.
We would love that. I'm forced to watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade every Thanksgiving morning
I'm sure it's
by my
torture.
Mikey
wife.
says Pac-Man's also going to be in the parade.
I think they need to fight. I think the ones
It's
who are
be a
holding the balloons
smash.
need to fight in the street, and
There's a game
whichever
that'll do
ones,
that.
yeah, no. But what I'm saying is, whichever ones the people get knocked out the most, the balloon flies away, and that's how you know who won. It would make the parade way more interesting. So yeah, watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. That's really cool that Nintendo's getting the balloon there. I'm sure they paid a lot of money to make sure that happens. And isn't it just so funny that we got a brand new Galaxy collection, and we're getting a Galaxy movie, and there's a Galaxy themed balloon, and it makes me wonder if maybe they might be just making another regular Mario game, probably, right?
Yeah, Nintendo says the
And
float
so,
will be Mario Galaxy 3 themed and announced the holiday game.
that would be awesome. That would Mario Galaxy 3 out now. Thanksgiving's immediately better because I'm going to say it on the podcast, and I don't care who knows it, and I don't care who feels this, who hates what I'm about to say. Thanksgiving is the garbage holiday that's between Halloween and Christmas. Get that turkey out of here. Get it out. Because guess what? Tomorrow night at midnight, when it turns November 1st, guess what time it is, baby? Mariah Carey time. All I want for Christmas
What
is
happened to you as a child to have
thanks.
to hate
Oh,
this much hate for Thanksgiving?
here's what happened to me. Here's what happened to me. You ready? Let's go. Who's ready for story time with Marty S's
Who
baby?
hurt you,
Here
Marty?
it
Who hurt
is.
you?
My grandmother had a mutant power that she could find and pinpoint every bit of moisture in a turkey and cook it out. Every bit. That turkey that is in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation,
I was gonna
that was
mention that.
on our table every Thanksgiving, and
It turned into turkey jerky.
we would go to her house, and my uncle, who I will not name, had already got there before everybody else and taken over the TV to watch endless hours of football, like bad Thanksgiving Day football, Detroit Lions football.
Oh, I was going to say it was probably
Listen,
Cowboys, but
Tim,
yeah, there we go.
let me say
Okay.
this, Tim, let me just say
I
this.
was gonna say Detroit
Right
usually
now-
won some
Right
Thanksgiving
now,
games,
right
because
now,
that was the only time they won games.
not only are the Lions better than the Titans, so are everybody else. All right, like they're like we're Cleveland Browns level of bad at this point, like decades of
We're
disaster.
gonna
But
get all
anyway,
kinds
so
of hate
we would go, and I was the youngest grandchild, and all the older grandchildren didn't want anything to do with me, and so I would just kind of sit there and twiddle my thumbs, and like I would have my transformer with me to play with, and they'd be like, "You can't have that at the table. You can't have toys at the table." And I'm like, and then one Thanksgiving I was really, really sick because I've always had asthma and struggled with breathing issues, and so I had to have like this breathing machine one Thanksgiving, and that was the Thanksgiving that my aunt, who is also this uncle's husband, or he's her husband. They're just not great pair. But anyway, she just the whole time I didn't eat anything but a roll because I was sick. And the whole if she said it one time, she said it 500 times. Can you believe all Marty's eating is a roll? Isn't that funny? He's so picky. Oh, he's just eating a roll. It's Thanksgiving and everybody. So I hate Thanksgiving. I hate it. It's just all it is just a glorified meal. That's all it is. And no, before somebody says anything, oh Marty, you're not thankful for anything. No, I'm thankful every day for everything I have. I just don't like any of that food. I don't care. There's
Oh, why didn't you make it
there's
your own
reason
then?
there's reasons that there are no Thanksgiving albums, that there's no Thanksgiving songs. There's reasons that there's like that. What do you do to
Other
decorate
than
for
Adam
Thanksgiving?
Sandler.
Like string turkey guts everywhere, I mean, and pour gravy all over it. I don't know.
Make it your
Anyway,
own, Marty. Make it your own. Make it.
I do. You know what I want to do? I just want to eat wings. I just want to eat wings. That's
There you
all I
go.
want. So,
There you go.
but now I will tell you this. Can I say this? I'm going to be positive for a minute. All right.
Okay.
My father-in-law redeemed the holiday for me when he introduced me to fried turkey.
There you go.
Yeah.
That'll do
But
it.
then he announced this year we're not having fried turkey. So I think
Boo.
I think we're having brisket.
Okay.
That's
Right.
that's a suitable substitute.
Right. I think we're having brisket. So I really don't hate Thanksgiving as badly as I do. It's a thing. It's a bit. All right. But seriously it is. If it's a stopgap, the tree here is going up in a week or two. All right. Like it's a stopgap holiday. Anyway.
It's a vacation to get ready for Christmas.
Yes, and I will tell you another reason that I really don't like Thanksgiving is that I think Thanksgiving has been trampled over by Black Friday, and it's become just
Literally.
it's yes. Yes. I mean it's like now people are like, yeah, we're leaving our Thanksgiving dinner to go directly to shopping. So I just don't like that whole mentality. But I'll watch the parade this year with my little cup of coffee and my Mario mug, and I'll wait for the Mario balloon. And you know what they should have done though this year? They should have had an Animal Crossing float with everybody dressed up like Animal Crossing characters, right?
Yeah.
What you
Because
should have done
why?
is have also
A
a
Metroid
section.
Prime, a Metroid Prime
Yes,
float.
Well,
yes.
see, he was
With
trying to segue into a news item.
I was, but it's okay. It's fine.
go
It's
ahead with
fine.
Animal Crossing.
No, no,
What
no.
about
Tell us,
Animal
no, no,
Crossing?
no, Tim. Tell us what Nintendo should have had. I'm serious. Tell us your vision for a full. I would love for them to have a massive presence in the parade. I think it'd be great.
It would just be a Nintendo parade. No, I was gonna say what they also should have. If we're not walking down with the balloon, then they should have us doing commentary. The four of us at a booth
You don't
doing
want me doing
commentary.
comment after that rant I just went on. Nobody wants
Yeah.
me doing commentary.
Of
Or
course,
everybody
Uh,
does. One of the
everybody
two.
does. We
I would not.
gotta have a
I'll
variety of
be.
views.
I would not mind being in New York on Thanksgiving. I wouldn't mind that as long as I had transportation that would take me wherever I needed to go, and I didn't have to fool with it, and I knew that food was provided. Like I didn't have to decide where to eat.
Yep.
I'd be okay with that. That would be great. Hey, so I've already kind of the cows are already out of the barn, as we say here. Woke up this morning to a notification from Nintendo. Hey, there's a new video about Animal Crossing New Horizons on the Nintendo Today app. You should go check it out. Nintendo Today surprisingly dropped around about 13-minute video detailing the brand new New Horizons 3.0 update, which is free for Switch and Switch 2 users, and the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of the game, which is coming in early 2026. I believe it's January 15th.
Yes.
And so if you haven't seen this yet, um, the good part about this is that it is the most affordable Nintendo Switch 2 edition update so far at $5. $4.99. All right, so they will sell I believe a physical version of this as well, which will be that at the retail price of $64.99. But pre-orders for the upgrade pack, and I'm gonna guess the physical version of the game are probably available today, in the on the My Nintendo store and in the eShop if you want the digital version. So let's run down some details here. 4K resolution, Joy-Con 2 mouse controls. You can locate residents by calling their name with the megaphone item. Uh, you can now have 12 player sessions on your island if everyone is playing the Nintendo Switch 2 edition. So if you have that one friend who hasn't upgraded yet, I guess they can just go kick rocks.
Hold on. Just stop you right
Yeah.
there. Just go back one more back to the megaphone, just to clarify one thing that's important to go with that
Uh-huh.
is that it's using the mic on the Switch 2.
Yes.
So, because you just mentioned the megaphone, I wanted to make sure we mentioned the
Yeah.
microphone part of it. So,
Yeah. Uh, Also, you can play with friends via camera play, which will put like your head near your character, so you can be identified. You can see people's reactions, and that is the Nintendo Switch 2 part of the upgrade pack. Let's just pause right there because I want to differentiate the talk about the Switch 2 upgrade and the free update that everyone is getting.
See, I thought it would have been funny if the megaphone that was your in-game chat multiplayer.
That's why I was going to come back to this and say that was I when they first said you can use the in-game megaphone with the Nintendo Switch 2 mic, I thought, okay, so you're going to be holding a megaphone and like waves of your voice are going to be coming out at people, you know. But it's basically just for locating people on the island. Didn't they already have something like this?
It's
You
been
could
so
go to
long
the
since I
map,
played it.
and locate people. But yeah, this is basically you can actually use a voice command essentially by calling, like, say, Cherry, and if she's on your island, you say Cherry, and then you'll get the call out on screen where they're at, and then go find them.
I do like that. I think that's a neat little tool.
And it'll come in
Um,
handy for those moments when you, like, maybe find those items that you have to return to somebody, and you got to figure
yeah,
out who it goes to, or you might know who it belongs to,
that's a
and you
good
call them
point.
out,
That's a great point.
and then you can find
I
out where
think
they're
that
at.
to me, I think the star of the Nintendo Switch 2 features are the mouse controls. I saw a lot of people talking about how useful that's going to be, like in redecorating, and you can now draw on your flag or announcements. Like you can add art to
Or
those. You
like
can,
shirt arts.
yeah, like any design that you make can now be done with mouse controls as well. Um, Before they announced the price of this, I was like, "Oh, that's underwhelming for a Nintendo Switch 2 upgrade." I think it does. I mean, it does look good with the upgraded resolution, but um,
Well, the other part I like too is the 12-player sessions that you
yeah,
can actually use with the game chat
Is it still going to take a minute and
feature.
a half to bring someone in?
That's the part we don't know yet. Like, is it going to take a while for each person, all 12 people
you,
or 11 people to fly
could you
into your
imagine
island?
watching all of those people and it's like, "Yep, here they come. Here's the
Like,
plane."
oh, you just made it. Oh, we can't do anything because this next
We're
person came
we're
in.
flying over Fartlandia right now. That was the name of my island. Which, by the way, I'm starting over.
The
I
plane, boss,
decided
You
the
are?
that.
Okay.
plane.
Well, I decided that if anything happened with the Switch 2, that I was going to start over on New Horizons because it's been so long since we all experienced that. And but I think that just looking at this side by side with the free update, the free update's really the star here. I mean, I'm gonna do the Switch 2 upgrade, but let's talk about the 3.0 free update that
Before we do,
everybody is getting.
Dirk Strong Mole says all this is to pave the way for Hey You Pikachu to come to NSO.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
For those who don't know what that means, it means it came with a microphone that didn't work, and that's pretty much yelling at Pikachu to do stuff that he just stands there looking at you like you're an idiot.
So if that happens, does that mean for the Sega Genesis app that we're going to get Seaman?
Yes. Well, we would need the Dreamcast for that, right? The Dreamcast app. But I'm all for that.
NSO?
I'm not going to say no to
NSO?
that.
There we go. Jesse's not going to say no to Seaman. So, all right. Good deal. Uh, Switch One 3.0 update. Here we go. You are going to be able to go to the Resort Hotel, which is a brand new part of the dock. It's opening on the pier and it's run by Captain's family. You can bring in guests from off the island using
That's a lot of
amiibo.
parentheses in that word.
And yes, there is. And you can help them.
I mean
Uh,
apostrophes. That's what I meant.
you can help them decorate rooms. So basically, we're going from happy home designer to happy hotel designer. You can also
Yes.
find new furniture and clothing at the souvenir shop and dress up mannequins with outfits that guests can wear. So basically, what you can do is you can design outfits that then like the other people who visits the hotel, they'll get those and they'll wear those in the game. Also, Rossetti is back finally.
Is Polterpup
With
going to make an appearance in this hotel?
who? No Polterpup. No.
Oh.
The Rossetti is coming back with the convenient reset service. You can tidy up your island with this. Also, I noticed this in the video footage. They're called Rangers, so they're technically the reset Rangers, or the Rossetti Rangers, which is really cool. You can also upgrade your home storage to now
Do
hold
they
up to
come in a
9,000
rainbow of
items.
colors?
If they made the little Rossetti guys, if they made them like a Sentai team, that would be fantastic. Give them a little like rock and roll thing while they're cleaning up. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. So now you can also store trees, shrubs, and flowers in your home storage for later. And probably one of the two of the biggest things that come from this is Slumber Island, which now when you sleep, you can say, I would love to, or I'd like to slumber, or I'd like to dream. And you can go to a Slumber Island with three, or you can have three of these and you can play with friends online. Basically, this is Animal Crossing creative mode. It's basically you take your Slumber Island and you if you dream it, you can build it.
Yeah.
So no constraints, no consequences. I have a feeling we're going to see some really super cool stuff come out with that because it's kind of taken the training wheels off for some people. And then there's they also announced collaborations coming to Animal Crossing. Now we already had the Mario collaboration that happened during the actual, initial run of the game. But now Nintendo Switch Online members will be able to collect. Well, let me back this up. You'll be able to collect Nintendo consoles in the game, as well as Nintendo themed toys like Ultra Hand. And then Nintendo Switch Online members can play select classic Nintendo titles in game when they interact with those consoles.
You notice,
Also,
one of them that they demoed was Clue Clue Land. I'm like,
yes,
that's
it
a
was.
Marty game
No, it's not. No, it's not.
because I remember what
They
happened
made
last week.
I love the fact that they made Clue Clue Land look way more fun than it ever has been in history.
If
In
someone
that
knows
footage,
how to play it, sure, it looks great, but
yeah.
no one knows how to play it.
You're also going to have Legend of Zelda and Splatoon series collaborations, including amiibo that invite certain characters. I believe what is it Tulin and Minoru that are going to come in from Zelda,
I think so.
and then there's um, Cece and Viche from Splatoon, which are new characters, but they're made to basically be the Squid Sisters. Um, and there's all kinds of Zelda and Splatoon themed stuff you can get with them. You can even invite them to live on your island once you've invited them via Amiibo. And then this was out of nowhere too, and I think this is huge. Is Lego items will be available with this update as well, in a variety of colors, and you can actually build or you can have these Lego items and have an entire Lego themed house, like Lego themed interior. Um, which is I think that's a huge collaboration for Nintendo to have with this. Of course, Animal Crossing Lego sets have made them a lot of money too. So, what do you think about the second part of the update, the free? I mean, this is a huge content update.
I seems like I'm gonna have another 100 hours in at least in Animal Crossing when it
Yeah,
comes out.
Yeah,
I'm
playing
excited
old
for it.
NES games kind of throws back to the GameCube, but it's probably not going
Yeah,
to be that. I highly doubt you'll be able to play Mario or Zelda in it, but
mm.
more of the smaller black box games, I can see them having those available.
They did show the Game Boy version of Dr. Mario as one of
True.
those.
yeah. I think it
So
just
it
depends
also
on what console you get.
makes me wonder if you have the Wii or you have a GameCube, what game's going to launch? If you have a Switch, what game will it launch? Will it launch one? Um, so yeah, the
One two
I mean
switch.
it's a pretty huge content update here. Lots to do. We did leave out talking to you about the hotel. The one of the things you can do in there is Tom Nook will have things that he kind of requests for you to build, like build challenges. And once you build those, once you get the enough goods to build those, you can then purchase them for your house. They become unlockable.
You
And
also
there's
earn some
also
hotel cash.
yeah, there's hotel tickets. And hotel tickets also go for the souvenir shop. That's going to have some stuff in there that you can't get anywhere else as well. So I think this is enough to pull people back. Maybe I'm wrong.
Sure, I believe so too. Especially if for those who are sitting on the fence, you're still going to get people who are like, no, I want a new Animal Crossing experience before I buy, say a Switch 2 if maybe they sold their previous Switch. Or they might have theirs and put away somewhere, and then they might pull it out, charge it, and
Yeah.
fire it up again.
I don't think this is there's going to be any incentive with the Nintendo Switch 2 edition. People are going to be like, I've been waiting for this. Now it's time for me to buy a Nintendo Switch 2.
Yep.
But maybe there will. Maybe I mean maybe
there might be a few, but not
nothing like Mario. I mean Pokemon ZA. Like I'd rather play this on Switch 2. So
yeah.
I don't know. I don't. What games are left for them to do Nintendo Switch 2 editions for? Mario Maker 2. I really do think this gives a whole lot of momentum to there being mouse controls for Mario Maker 2, right?
Definitely.
Or maybe it's maybe they don't do maybe they do a Switch 2 version, but I was thinking maybe with that they bring in some of the elements that were missing from the first Mario Maker.
Ooh, yeah, that would be good.
And
Or
Pikmin
maybe
3
they finally give us the Super Mario 2 Maker stuff, right?
Yeah. Yes. That would be awesome. The
That would
thing we
be
thought was going to fill that space there.
that would be a dream.
Yeah.
I would just
Yeah.
like there to be some normalcy to Mario Maker 2 because I booted that up like about 2 weeks ago and just so let me see what levels are there. If this is your jam, I'm sorry. Like I'm not trying to yuck on it or anything, but like it was just all kinds of levels, and I don't want to play that type of Mario. Like kick the shell at the right point, bounce it off, spin around, you know, use the momentum to go over here, and yeah, I just want some well
Don't forget
designed
to do
Mario
cha-cha
levels.
slide.
Yeah, yeah, I will just. I'll even play the like, hey, slide through this thing and kill all the enemies and then get all the coins and slide back the other way. I
Right.
just want some normal-ish Mario levels to play. And I know they're out there. Metroid Mike, I think is his name, or maybe he's on Twitter. He's done like Mario Land or Super Mario Brothers 5 or something like that. And there
Oh,
did, and
okay.
he
Yeah.
did a fantastic job
Yeah.
of those. So
Yeah.
felt like real Mario levels, and that's what I'm hoping we get. I hope so. Like this and Smash, right? I mean, because Pikmin 2 is obviously not getting a Nintendo Switch 2 edition
Well,
because it's
The
getting
1 and
it's
2.
well they
Yeah.
announced the free update. I mean, and they
that's
had
for
an opportunity.
that was for Pikmin 4. Is getting an update, but not a Switch 2 edition.
Right.
So
Yeah, it'd be
is it?
interesting though in regards to Animal Crossing, what this means for the next Animal Crossing game. Like because they took their
Yeah.
time to work on this, does that mean we have to wait a couple more years before the next new Animal Crossing? I did watch Kit and Krista's review of this, and they mentioned that this typically was kind of like, I forget what they called it, but it was like the getting Animal Crossing back in people's mind type thing to do to prepare for something possibly
Yeah.
down the road. But there's a lot of content here that I think
Hmm.
kind of leads me to believe that we're not going to get a new Animal Crossing in 2026. Maybe an announcement, but not anything new.
Yeah, I don't think 2027 is even on the table at this point. I mean,
It'll
I
be
think they're
interesting.
gonna. I think it's farther off. I think this tells us this was farther off than, or this is farther off than we think. The next Animal Crossing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was a lot of times what I, in my personal opinion, I obviously don't know anything as far as development goes, but for me, it seems like a lot of times developers use this opportunity when it comes to new systems to, hey, let's work on an old game that's already there. All the work's there. We just need to kind of get to know this new system and how it works and what we can do. So we'll use this old game to improve it, make a better version of it. so that they can get ready to make that next new game. And maybe
Yeah.
that was this type of project. It was like, okay, let's get to know what the development kit is like for the Switch 2, get an understanding of it.
We can make the next one even better.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yes.
all of this is available January 15th. So we've got a couple of months to wait on it. Maybe there'll be some additional details by then. But I want to mention again, and I don't think we need to spend too much time on this, but Nintendo has two large games, large presence games that are coming out in the next 2 months. And there's been more promotion for Animal Crossing in this 13-minute direct than there's really been for Hyrule Warriors, Imprisoning War, and Metroid Prime 4. I just think it's a little strange. I really thought that we would get some kind of Halloweenish update for Metroid Prime, at least, like something. And it's like at this point, the words I want to use are bare bones. Like we don't really know anything about the modes of Imprisoning War. We don't know anything about the other than you can use mouse controls on Metro, and there's Silex on and there's a motorcycle on Metroid
When
Prime.
does an imprisonment war comes out again?
Next week.
Next week. Okay.
The 6th.
They have been releasing little things here and there, some art and some new characters and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but
for that game. But
I don't know.
I think there probably will be a final trailer of sorts and stuff. But I think in regards to Metroid, I think they learned something from all the promotion they did from Dread and kind of took a step back. But it does feel like they might have went from one end of the spectrum to the other.
It feels like they're sending them out to die. I mean, it's kind of like, well, people know they're coming out. At least the Metroid's getting amiibos, and so are there any new
Age of Imprisonment getting them too?
They're getting new amiibo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe I hadn't seen those, so
I thought they were, unless I'm thinking of something else.
No, there are no. It will support amiibo, but there's no new amiibo coming out. Well, no, hang on. No, that's Age of Imprisonment. I'm looking at Imprisoning War is what I can't. There's so many weird titles now. It's hard for me to keep them.
Age of Imprisonment is the title, isn't it? Yeah.
No, it's Imprisoning War?
Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment for the Nintendo Switch 2. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway,
built on
I don't think they're getting any amiibo. So we're getting Age of Imprisonment, we're getting amiibo support, but there's no unique amiibo, which is fine because most people are complaining about prices of amiibo anyway, including us.
Yeah.
So
well, there was complaints even for the Animal Crossing to unlock a lot of that free content. You need to have some of those amiibos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you still got to pay for something even though you're getting free updates.
There are some people on the internet, and I'm not saying anything. There are some people on the internet who buy amiibo cards. I'm just they're out there.
Yep, they are.
There you go. They're out there, and you don't have to clutter up a shelf. But anyway. Let's move on. Let's talk about some other stuff here from Mat Piscatella over at Circana. Pokémon Legends ZA had a massive U.S. launch at retail. Mikey Burgett shared in our Discord that launch week physical unit and dollar sales of Pokémon Legends ZA were the biggest for a new physical video game launch since the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom back in May of 2023. So huge sales numbers. 5.8 million units is what Circana tracks. So I'm guessing that is U.S. We don't know for sure.
If that came from Circana, then it would be U.S. physical only.
Yeah.
Which means the real number is probably 12 million. including all the digital figures. Because
So one of the biggest selling Switch 2 games to date.
yeah,
Yes.
and about half of
Maybe,
those was Switch 2, half of those was Switch 1.
yeah, maybe the biggest selling Switch 2 game to date. Wouldn't that be something?
I would be amused, but we're not going to find
That
that out
would
until
that would be interesting.
February.
Yep. It'll be interesting to see those first Switch 2 sales figures.
Because we're going to get Q3 information, I think, next week, but that won't have Pokemon information in it. We have to
Probably
wait till
not,
Unless they
February for
provide,
that.
unless they provide
Unless
an
I was going to
amused
say,
And-
unless they're super impressed by those sales
Yeah.
figures
Yeah,
and feel like they need to.
and they've done that before. They've slid it into a slide, even though it wasn't part of the Q3 numbers.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, then just winding down with some little news bits here from Nintendo this week. Nintendo slipped in this earlier this week that Resident Evil is getting kind of a huge release fanfare in February. We know that Resident Evil Requiem will launch day and date with other consoles on February 27th. But they will. We also know now that there's going to be a standalone version of Requiem and a generation pack, which was hinted at back in the last direct with Resident Evil 7, 8, and 9. That is going to be $89.99 for all three games, which
That's a
is
lot of
insane
content.
when you think about it. I mean, well, let me say this: it's the gold edition of 7 and 8 and Requiem. So you're getting all the DLC for 7 and 8. It's basically like getting a game and a half for free at that price. They also announced that there will be an amiibo that releases alongside Resident Evil Requiem, and there will also be a Resident Evil Switch 2 Pro controller, which is already available for pre-order and is $100. Yeah, it's a pricey controller.
Yes.
But it's if you're a Resident Evil fan, huge news. This I like they're going all in to support Resident Evil. I think that's a good thing because early reports have said it looks and plays amazing on Switch 2. And so I'm not my game, but I'm happy for it. I'm here for it, right? All the third parties on Switch. Let's do it. Also, the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild original soundtrack is going to be released on vinyl. This will be a double LP with 34 tracks for $49.99, featuring a blue and white marbled heavyweight disc packaged in a wide spined outer sleeve and printed inner sleeve. You can also get an 8 LP box set with 130 tracks for $194.99, which features alternative blue and gold splatter effect with the same heavyweight disc, printed disc inserts, and spined inner sleeves housed in a rigid board dual slipcase. You can get it right now from the My Nintendo Store or Laced Records. And as reported last week, you can now use your eShop credit to pay for it or purchase it from the My Nintendo Store. That releases on June 19th of 2026. Can I just I'm not being funny when I say this. Okay, I'm just asking. Are there really 130 tracks of music in Breath of the Wild? Because I thought most of it was just
There's a lot of subtle, but yeah.
And they're probably
Now-
only a couple minutes long.
Can they just sell me the MP3 of the Hyrule Castle music, like the Zelda theme that plays when you're trying to get to Ganon? Because I can't hear it because I'm constantly getting attacked. I just want that. Can you put it on Nintendo Music and just let me play that? Because that was awesome,
Yeah.
right? I want to hear that. That's all.
My friend asked if the LP is a 60 or a 485. I'm like, I think these are 33s. It's been a while since I've used one, but I think those
Yeah.
bigger LPs are 33s.
Yeah, be sure to check those sites. I mean, they'll probably have those details on there. We don't want to tell you wrong. So let's talk about Amazon Luna. All right. Tim, you've I want to cue you up on this because you were super excited about all these huge changes coming to the service. So why don't you tell us what's going on?
Sure. So It caught me off guard because I wasn't really looking for this information. It was like I do have Amazon Luna. I don't use it as much as I thought I might, but I got the information that they made huge changes, and the main gist of all this is that they added a lot of party game content to the service that allows people to access the game with their phones. Think Jackbox games, but a lot of different versions of that type of thing uh, that they showed off in their trailer and stuff. Where it's mainly just showing off, hey, if you got people over, you can get party games going. You just sign in with your phone and use your phone as a controller or to interact with the game. And then you're playing a party game with a bunch of people. So they have what's called Game Night, a new collection of over 25 local multiplayer games, including board games like Ticket to Ride and new titles like Courtroom Chaos starring Snoop Dogg. Then you got, of course, smartphone controllers. Many game night titles can be played with a phone as a controller, eliminating the need for a physical controller for that specific game. There are new tiers for Luna, which is the standard, which if you have an Amazon Prime subscription, it's included, and it gives you access to rotating library of over 50 games. And then, of course, you can bump it up to premium, which is the previous Luna Plus. It's now called Luna Premium, which costs an additional $10 per month and provides access to a larger, more premium library of games like EA Sports FC 25 and Star Wars Jedi Survivors. So no extra cost for Prime members. The Game Night Collection and Luna Standard Library are included, like I mentioned before. Prime Gaming integration, which means that the Prime Gaming brand is being retired, and the benefits of being integrated with Amazon Luna. And then again, the gaming selection, the overall game library has grown with new additions to both the standard and premium tiers, such as Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and Hogwarts Legacy. So I found all this very interesting as well, because as much we do have some people in our community who use this as their second console. So this allows them to play games that initially wasn't on the Switch, the original Switch, when they decided to make Luna their second console. But we do have Indiana Jones coming ourselves to the Switch too. We have Hogwarts Legacy already. But there might be other games that'll come to Luna that aren't going to be on the Switch 2 that people can play. But the biggest thing I thought was interesting is that a lot of people use their Switches or their Switch 2 as a party gaming device. And Luna is kind of, coming in on that market share there a little bit, I think, or trying to go after it at least. So I just thought that was interesting and kind of curious. I'm probably the only one. Well, Jesse, you said you have Luna still, but I don't know if you've used it.
I haven't used it in probably 2 or 3 years, but I did come across my Luna controller when I was packing up and moving.
I didn't realize that you got the Luna Standard with Amazon Prime, so I'll just have to check this out. It's pretty neat.
Oh, that was cool. And again, it gives, for those who don't have a Switch 2, or even for those who do, some of these games like Star Wars Jedi Survivor, if you don't have that second console and you've been wanting to play that, Luna is an option.
Right. Yeah. Be interesting to see how it performs.
Yes.
With my internet. Be good. Good. Thank you for telling us about that.
Sure.
Because if you are an Amazon Prime subscriber, then you've got 50 games for free.
And you also can use that same Amazon subscription to subscribe to us on Twitch for at least 1 month.
Yep. Gotta re-up it monthly.
Yes.
All right. Let's close out our news this week with some release and update info. We want to let you guys know there is a new NSO game trial from now through November 4th, and it is the excellent Disney Illusion Island. So you can try this out. You'll also get 100 platinum coins for this, for just trying it out. That's one of the missions on the Nintendo Switch Online app on your Switch or Switch 2. Also, Luigi's Mansion for GameCube Classics appeared this week. Kind of just want to take a little aside here. I played some Chibi Robo for the first time today on the NSO. I had never played that game before. I missed it when it came out on GameCube. What a weird game.
Wanted
It just I
to
was
play
just
that, but haven't gotten around to it yet.
I was smiling the whole time. I'll talk about it in a little bit. But Also out today, three games that you may be interested in. Once Upon a Katamari is out now for Switch. And on Switch and Switch 2, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D Remake is out. But if you're a Switch 2 owner and you also don't own Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D Remake, there is a trilogy bundle that is available only for Nintendo Switch and only digitally, which is $100. You'll save $20 by buying. You get all three games. So you get the Switch version of Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D because there is no Switch 2 version of that, and you get the Switch 2 version of the other two games, which is a really good deal. I mean, in the kind of economy we live in, if you want those games, you want to save money, there you go.
Nice.
Also out right now for Switch and Switch 2, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. Tim and I have both picked this up, and we'll be talking about it later on in what we've been playing. But out soon, we're closing out the month of October. No Mina the Hollower. We don't know when that's coming out. It's TBD. I know on the Switch eShop it still says tomorrow. It is not. So I'm sorry. If you were
Just for us,
waiting,
it will be. Just for us.
yeah, for Nintendo dads. But coming out in November, some things you should keep your eye on. Demon School is out on the 19th. Kirby Air Riders on Switch 2 on the 20th. And Constance is going to come out on the Switch on November 24th. And then December is shaping up to be pretty big too, with Marvel Cosmic Invasion on the 1st. Assassin's Creed Shadows on the 2nd, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond on Metroid 4's Day, December 4th. October Octopath Traveler 0 on December 4th, and Mina the Hollowers floating out there nebulous somewhere. Maybe by the end of the year, who knows? Maybe it'll be at least in backers' hands by the end of the year. And then Animal Crossing New Horizons update on January 15th. We have lots of videos up right now on our YouTube channel. And don't forget to check over there for first looks and other videos that we do on games you might be interested in. And if you haven't liked and subscribed to us over there, we would love for you to do that as well. We're going to pause the show right here for an ad from our good friends at Manscaped.
It's time. It's time to talk about stepping up your grooming game. The face shaving products from Manscaped are the ultimate grooming tools designed to deliver precision and comfort in sleek and easy to use devices. Whether you're looking for a trim, a shape, or a detailed touch up, Manscaped face shaving products are built to handle shaving your face with ease. Crafted for efficiency and the perfect addition to your grooming arsenal. You can use our code NINDADS, NINDAS, NINDADS, I can't spell apparently, for 20% off your entire order of manscaped.com. You can use it to get something like the Handyman, which is a sleek, powerful, compact face shaver that helps guys ditch the mess. Cordless and designed for convenience, it easily fits into a bathroom drawer or slips into an overnight or gym bag for easy grooming on the go. It's engineered with a unique dual blade system featuring a standard foil shaver and long hair trimming blade to handle up to 3 days of beard growth. What's even better is the Handyman comes equipped with skin-safe technology designed to help reduce nicks and cuts for the perfect clean shave. It's waterproof, which makes cleaning up a breeze. Just give it a rinse and you're done. And with up to 60 minutes of runtime per charge, you won't be scrambling to finish before the batteries die. There's also a low battery indicator light that will let you know when it's time to recharge. The Handyman is also airplane friendly and the ideal travel companion for adventures. Whether you are a grooming newbie or a seasoned pro, the Handyman is the perfect upgrade to your grooming regime. And the Rocket Man is a special edition colorway featuring gold and black. But there's limited quantities available in the colorway, so go check it out as soon as you can. Again, go check it out at manscaped.com and use our promo code NINDADS, NINDADS, for 20% off. Join over 12 million men who trust Manscaped and upgrade to the Handyman Rocket Man. You can use our code NINDADS for 20% off the entire order at manscaped.com. Again, that's 20% off. Upgrade your grooming game with Manscaped today.
All right, that music means it's time to discuss. And as you know, during the last few weeks, we have been playing a game called Mystery Blind Rankings, and I was supposed to start mine this week, and I just did not. It didn't happen, guys. In my last semester of masters going on, life is crazy right now, so I just did not have that extra time. However, we did ask a question in our over on Patreon and in our Discord this week. And by the way, if you head over to patreon.com/Nintendo Dads, our weekly update is free for all listeners. You do not have to be a patron of the show. You can see our weekly update every week that is published over there. You'll get a tip on news articles or news items we might be featuring on the show. You can see our newest YouTube videos, and you can also see a recommended game list really from Game Informer that we include every week as well. And you can even comment on there. You don't have to be a paying patron of the show or friend of the show to do that. You get it for free. It's just something we do. And so our question of the week this week was, what's your favorite spooky locale from a video game? In honor of Halloween, I thought it would be fun to talk about what are our favorite spooky settings or levels or areas from games. So Tim, Jesse, you be thinking of yours, and we'll read what we got. Spider Shan started out strong, and he actually broke it up into two categories, and most people followed this. Afterwards, the straight out spooky and the fun spooky, or scariest and favorite. Spider Shan says his favorite straight out spooky locale is the royal family's tomb in The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time because of those screaming redeads. Y'all, that messed me up the first time I went there.
Here, and I was
Didn't
an
expect it.
adult, and I was still freaked me out.
Those things still give me the heebies after all this time. For fun, spooky, Spider Shan said ghost houses in Super Mario World. Zablanc says scariest, the abandoned daycare in Zombie U. I played
That
a
sounds
total,
creepy.
yeah, I played a total of 30 minutes of Zombie U and said, nope, I'm good.
Nope,
I'm
right out of
out.
it.
I'm out. His favorite, though, is the seasonal autumn harvest festival in Monster Hunter World's Gathering Hub. Solo says favorite is the whole mansion in Luigi's Haunted Mansion 3. And the most nope, since it's coming to Switch, is the Resident Evil Village, the dollhouse basement. Yeah, that just sounds no. Mm.
That sounds creepy.
Darth Platypus says either the Shadow Temple from Ocarina of Time or the whole hotel from Luigi's Mansion 3. Greifels or Griefels says Zozo from Final Fantasy VI. And Ebucel says, my house, always spooky here.
His house is in a
So
video game?
he's in a video game.
That's crazy.
What about you guys? Favorite spooky locale from a video game?
I don't play spooky games much, but what did come into my mind when I saw this question was Ocarina of Time with the Redeads, and even like in I remember the graveyard scene in that area kind of creeped me out a little bit too. You're actually digging up graves looking for rupees and trying to find Poes or something.
Yeah.
And like I remember that giving me a weird. I don't think I should be doing this feelings.
Okay.
And Zozo from Final Fantasy VI, I like that answer.
That's a good answer. Yeah, I'd forgot about that area, but that's a good one. Tim, what about you?
I'm not good at remembering details like exact locations. But I will say that some of the locations in Doom, the original Doom, whenever you
Okay.
turned a corner and you weren't expecting something and something was there, and that the creepy demon or whatever would just make that creepy noise when you come around the corner, you're like, you might say some words that you're not supposed to say when you turn that corner and then you just blast them with your shotgun. Yeah, those type of locations are definitely spooky for me. Um, so that
Yeah.
was what I first thought of, but I can't think of exact locations in the game for because
Mm,
it's just everywhere. Every corner you turn.
right. For me, the first place that came to mind is the abandoned Federation ship in Super Metroid.
Mm,
Because that area, the first time I ever found it, was so out of place with everything else. And I was like, whoa, what is going on here? Why
okay.
and you fight Fantoon at the end. And you've got like the creepy like ectoplasm ghost ball things flying toward you. They have like multiple faces on them, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's like it's so unsettling. And here's the thing. I think that's why Super Metroid is one of my favorite games of all time because it really strikes a balance between not being like super scary horror and being really, really creepy and unsettling at
Right.
times.
Yeah.
Like just the quietness of some of those places, and you know that there's something coming. And that whole area, like with the supernatural vibe, was just so
That makes sense.
unexpected, and I love it. That's one of my favorite parts of that game.
You
Is
just
that and
gave
I'm
me a
and
you unlocked a memory for me in regards to Metroid Prime, the first game, when you
okay.
just first start the game, going into that vessel,
Oh, sure,
uh,
yeah,
and you don't know what to expect. It's the first time you're playing the game, first time you're playing Metroid in 3D, and you're getting that feel for going through that ship, and then you're getting those pirates, space pirates popping out of nowhere, or ones you think are dead or not.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
that. Yeah, that's another good location too for being
And I
spooky.
would say a runner up for that would be that just the absolutely terrifying like being chased by Emmys
Oh, the
in
Emmys,
Metroid
yeah,
Dread.
yes.
Like that's so like I wanted to go play that again before Prime 4
For
came out.
some
I don't think I'm
reason,
gonna get it
the
in,
ye
but
the yellow one jumps to mind whenever we talk about
oh,
Emmys.
it's relentless.
That yeah, that's just yeah. And
Oh,
just trying to get away or get somewhere safe, especially if you're
yeah,
trying to, recharge or not die. You're trying to get away where they don't see you.
yeah, yeah. That those I don't know why it's both Metroid for me, but it is. Those are my favorites. Tim, did you have a mystery blind ranking you wanted to do this week?
Nope, we're good. I'll save it
Okay,
for next time.
cool. Well, next week will be the start of mine, and I will not reveal what we're doing, but we actually have a timeout segment this week. So let's take a timeout.
So this will be quick because I wanted to share that basically I didn't realize this until I bought two more systems, but I noticed I've always talked about I've always been a mobile gamer. I like mobile technology. My day job works with mobile technology in the fintech industry. But I've ever since I was younger, ever since the Palm Pilots and PDAs and all that kind of stuff, little personal data assistants, I always loved where technology was going from a certain point. So I always loved mobile technology, and especially when Game Boy came out, playing that, and then so on and so forth, how things evolved from there. I've noticed that I'm starting to collect a lot of mobile gaming tech. So recently, someone at work was also selling their PSP. So the other people in the communities, both ours and the Retro Logic communities, have sold PSPs in the past, and I really didn't jump on it. But for some reason, when this guy was talking about how he was selling his, and obviously everything still worked and all that fun stuff, it was just like, you know what? I'm gonna buy that. You know, figured to help out my friend at work, and also, get a PSP and maybe play some of the classic games that I played, like some of those God of War games that I fell in love with God of War with on first was the PSP. So I figured I'd probably pick up those eventually and play those. So I picked up that, but not only that, but he came back and said, "Hey, I got this other system, another handheld system that I've always wanted when I was a kid, but couldn't afford it because it was too much money. And that is the Atari Lynx. And this one
Ooh.
particularly is the Model 2. He's selling it, and I got it for a good price because I told him this is as much as I could pay for it, even though it's probably worth more. You could probably get more money for it. And he said, I'll sell it to you for that much. So,
Oh, you're going to spend just as much money in batteries.
well, he's got a plug for it. So I
Okay.
think the Model 2 has the
So it's a
adapter.
non-mobile mobile.
Yeah, I can at least have it plugged in. But I'm excited about it. I actually researched it. I got a few games that's coming with it. I think the one he got with it was the Batman Returns game. I think he's got coming with it. So I'm excited to check it out. I never got to play it before. I have no nostalgia for it other than I've always wanted to play it. I always wanted it because I got to experience it at a mall event when I was a kid. And of course, it was like I was playing Blue Thunder there when I was playing it in the mall kiosk, and looked at that. And then there was, Electronic Spotique or Funkoland or whatever it was called before it was GameStop. I went in there and I saw the Turbo Graphics Express, and I always wanted one of those.
I had one of those.
I know you did. I know we talked about that before. That technology was ahead of its time, obviously. So I'm really excited to be getting into this, and I joked with the Retro Logic peeps over there that I was like, I think I'm becoming a mobile handheld gaming collector.
See,
So
because like legacy hardware or updated models of legacy consoles is my like Atari and television, things like that. That's my
that's what you're collecting.
collecting. That's like we
Yeah.
talked about the television Sprint last week, and I had that pre-ordered very fast.
Well, what I like about those is that you can, like with the Atari ones, you can play the original games on them. And unfortunately, well, the television one you got to download, but still,
it comes
I
with
like
some
that
games
aspect
built
of it.
in. But yeah,
We've talked about it before. I think even if Nintendo maybe made a separate division, I think Nintendo could make a killing on doing original rebuilds or remakes or whatever you want to call it of old hardware to play the old software. Like if they came out with a Game Boy Classic or Game Boy Advance
their
Classic.
own real version of what is now like Retron 5 and
yeah, but their
like
own
that.
version that has, able to play the old cartridges, but you are able to download new stuff or something like that, or buy the new cartridges that fit in there from limited edition or something like that.
They would probably be able to use FPGA and kind of program it in real time to emulate the hardware that's required.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to have a crap ton of emulation cores or actual logic chips. Like, you can, that like that would be kind of
That
cool.
would be cool.
I'd
Well,
buy,
and, I
I'd
mean, you
buy
got
that.
those you got the third party companies that are doing it. I forget what that company is, but they now got the N64 coming out version of their device.
That's been delayed 4 times, but yeah.
Analog.
Thank you. Yeah. So you got them, and they had a Game Boy version that I could never get my hands on, but now I don't care. But
Yeah. So I had a friend who actually he had a choice one Christmas. His parents let him make the choice. You can get a Game Boy or you can get an Atari Lynx. and he
Yeah.
chose the Lynx. He's like, "Oh yeah, it's full color." It's he had the Lynx one, and I thought that was the coolest thing. And it really, I think it was probably because it was different, right? Like it wasn't what I had. But I remember he had Rygar for that. He had Xenomorph or something like that. Xeno something it was an alien game, and he had like a dog fighting game, like a jet game or like some kind of piloting game, and
Okay.
and hard driving. He got hard driving for it, and I would like beg to go to his house just so I could play his Atari Lynx.
Yeah.
Uh, but I didn't know this until I started doing a little research as you were talking. Ninja Gaiden 3 for the NES also released on the Atari Lynx.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
Yeah.
In a worse
And
resolution form.
yes. But so it was ported to the Lynx in 1993. It may well have been the very last game that was released on the Lynx.
So it's
I
probably
don't
worth
know.
lots of money then, because it usually the last games are
Well,
they didn't make enough.
yeah. I mean, you can most of these games you can get from like $14 to there's a lot that I'm seeing right now for it's one, two, three, four, five games for $119. But they also had Lemmings that came out on this.
I was
Nice.
going to
I think I
guess that the
got Lemmings with the
resolution is around
PSP.
120p. It's actually worse than that. It's 160 by 102.
Oh wow.
So I got the games for the PSP. There's got Ridge Racer, of course. That came with it that in the purchase. Tacobot? Tokobot?
Tokobot. Yeah.
Uh Archer McLean's Mercury. A lot of puzzle games, I think. So
Okay.
uh
So
Luminous,
oh, that's a good one.
Lemmings. When you mentioned Lemmings, that's what I thought of. Was like
Lemmings for the PSP.
Smart Bomb.
Yeah, I had a PSP at
Okay.
one point, but again, I never owned any of those stupid
So
discs.
Tim, two games you owe it to yourself to find on PSP. All right. Number one is Mega Man Powered Up. And what it
Okay.
is it's a remade version of the very first Mega Man game with two added robot masters and like a chibi style, like a chibi animation style.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, that
really
looks
good.
cool. That
And
looks cool.
then there is a version of Parappa the Rapper that came out for PSP.
Okay, I'm putting it on here so I don't forget it. Okay. I'll look
Yep,
into those.
it was released on the PSP for its 10th anniversary.
Okay. I'm putting together two lists of things whenever I go to the retro stores to see if they have any Lynx games and any PSP games that
Remember the problem
don't
I had with the
cost an arm and a
PSP
leg.
was the memory card requirement.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
And
proprietary Sony Media.
that's
Yeah,
why
the
I
memory
didn't
stick.
invest much into it.
Yeah. Now they have adapters where you can get a memory stick for that you can put an SD card in.
Oh, that's cool.
So
Oh,
it's in nice shape. It's not any, nothing fancy, no different colors or anything like that. It's just,
oh, it's
nice.
the original one too.
The 1000, I
Yeah.
think it is. Yep. So, or 1001. Sorry, it's 1001.
First,
Okay.
But still,
first iteration,
yeah, first
Yep.
iteration
a
after that.
minor one.
So I'm gonna have fun with it. And I have the Vita. I have still from that listener who sent it to me, which was really cool to have.
PlayStation TV around somewhere. I don't know where what happened to that.
Yeah, that was ahead of its time too.
Might have lent it
Yeah.
to a friend and never got it back. I don't
Never
remember.
saw it again. But yeah, I love mobile technology and mobile gaming. I think I'm kind of getting into, I guess, collecting. So
Yes, he loves mobile technology, but not as much as you see. Somebody will get that. All right.
I don't.
Let's talk about what we've been playing. Okay. Y'all play rock, paper, scissors for it, and we'll figure out who goes first.
I'll go first since I only have one game.
Jesse's always rock.
I'm trying to think of a Dwayne Johnson joke, but now I can't think of one on the fly. So I've been playing more Pokemon Legends ZA. I looked this afternoon and I'm about 19 and a half hours in. I'm rank D. I have, I think, 118 in my decks. Was running around in Wild Area 14, caught most of them. There's still 2 I'm missing. I might have to go back at night to find the other 2. And then I haven't entered 15 yet, but I've unlocked 15. And then came across into a group of unsavory people I have to do jobs for in order to progress the story. I don't know what that means
Ooh,
yet.
interesting.
Yeah,
Cool. I have something to look forward to.
You can thank Urbane for that one, apparently.
All right.
Yeah, so I now I'm this weekend I'm going to be. I don't know if I should focus on this and beat that before I move on to the next game, or I have Dragon Quest 1 and 2 waiting for me. And if I play that, Pokemon's on the shelf until I'm done.
That's a tough choice. I understand completely.
Yeah, but I do have the collector's edition in my hands now. What I'm going to say, I'm going to do an unboxing, but I opened the packaging box, expecting to see another box that I could open, and it's just bubble wrap wrapped around everything. So I guess it'll be an unwrapping video.
Unwrapping the bubble wrap.
If if tomorrow wasn't Halloween, I would do it then, but I'll have to wait until Saturday because I don't want to start setting up a recording and then be interrupted by trick-or-treaters.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's my plans. And
Nice.
I plan on doing this first look stream, or at least a recording of the start of Dragon Quest 1 as well. I just don't know when or what I'm going to do with that, but I'll do something.
Cool. Yep. And I'll go from here because I've been still playing Pokemon Legends as well, ZA. And I put them in the same amount of time as Jesse, but I'm only rank F. So we were just talking about that in the pre-show. Like I spend more time exploring, I think, than Jesse does, and that's why I've got 19 something hours in it at that rank as opposed to your rank. So
I have been doing as many of the side quests I can find, but I haven't really done a lot of the exploring, like all the colorful screws collections. I think I only got 25 to 30. I don't know how many of them there are. I presume there's enough to buy out all the charms.
Nice. Yeah, I forgot that I also not only do I explore the city trying to see what's in nooks and crannies and around the buildings, on top of the buildings, inside the buildings, but I've actually discovered that I did this in Animal Crossing as well, but I really like being able to get clothes and putting on new fits for my character. So I probably spent a lot more time in the fashion side of things than anything else.
That's not something that I normally care about. I explored it once and kind of never went back to it.
I have a goal to get access to I forget the name of the place, but there's a place in the game or a store in the game you cannot get into unless you get to a certain fashion level or a certain level in the game. So now I have a goal. It's on the main road that one of the main roads when you come out of Hotel Z. and you kind of go down that path. Again, I'm bad with names, but straight off to the left, straight up that road that goes up towards the tower, there's some shopping areas, and one of the stores along that main route to the right. I went to try to go in, and it said, "Nope, you need to have permission to come in here." So, and I read more about it, and it's
You too ugly.
yeah, it's basically you gotta score a certain amount of points or something like that in the fashion side, or do a lot of stuff for fashion
Who judges you?
type thing.
To
I
find
don't know
someone?
yet. Yeah, I don't know yet. Eventually, I'll figure it out. I'll get back to it. But I've been having fun buying accessories and new clothes and changing them and making Tammy look pretty good. So with her awesome fits.
Your
So
ex-wife's name is Tammy.
not quite, but I have a couple aunts named Tammy. But I figured, I can't call her Timmy. I call her Tammy. So I went that route. So playing, of course, like I said, Pokemon Legends EA. But when I need a break, I've also been playing some other games. When I don't have my Switch on me, I'm still playing Fire Emblem Shadows, which started recently, Season 2. Nothing changed as far as story goes. I finished both Book 1 and Book 2 in the story. No new stories came out with the new season, just a new character, which I did buy the season pass again, which was about $8, I think. So I put in some money for being able to get the new character. Kind of like you would with Fortnite when you can pay the basic amount for the pass, or you can pay the premium amount to get to level 25 or something like that right away in Fortnite. They have the same type of setup. So I paid, I think $8 to get that 25th level that will immediately unlock the character, which is a dragon character. So again, Fire Emblem Shadows Season 2, having a little fun with that, especially playing the battles with randos. Haven't done the ability to play with anybody I know yet, which not a big deal, but if anybody's playing it in our community, we got to give that a try sometime. And then Ball Pit for the Nintendo Switch 2 edition came out this week. Thanks to the block for keeping everybody up to date on when that was going on. But I had Ball Pit before, and I mentioned I was playing it before. Again, it's a roguelite game where you are using kind of like a breakout mechanic. If you know that game, the old Atari game, the breakout game.
I've been keeping my eye on this one and been on the fence. I just bought 5 games last week. I haven't bought it yet, but I probably will.
Yeah, it has that mechanic where you got a ball and multiple balls that you are throwing at skeletons and demons and all that kind of stuff to defeat as they come out from this pit. And you got to build strategies to get through them and get through that wave of enemies. But if you don't make it, of course, being a roguelite, you do get some things that you gain from it to be able to try to do better the next time. You get some experience, you get some add levels to the character you're using. You get to unlock more characters, and then when you do that, you get to keep trying to see if you can get to the end of that run. The other aspect of it is you can build your village up by being able to farm for food, harvest forest for wood, mine some stone for the stone to be able to start building new buildings and then get more characters, so on and so forth. So I've been jumping in that, doing a couple runs, seeing how far I can get and having a lot of fun with it. I know Drew over at 8-Bit Clubhouse has been playing a lot of it. Actually, I think all those guys have been playing it. And Drew beat the game or rolled credits on it. So there is a way to get to the end of it. Just got to get there. But I'm having a lot of fun playing at my own pace, playing in between some of these other games. So Ball Pit, the Nintendo Switch edition came out, and that's what I've been playing. Oh, and with that, better graphics, and it was very noticeable between the Switch 1 version and the Switch 2 version. It was very noticeable on
Did-
better
did-
graphics and speed.
Was there an automatic upgrade, or did you have to buy the Switch 2 version?
It was not automatic. I didn't have to buy anything. It was a free update for this.
Yeah,
Okay.
you buy
Switch
it
2
for
edition.
$0. In fact, I just went online now to buy it, and it even warns you: do you already own the Switch 1 version? If so, get the free update. If not, then buy
Oh,
the
that's
full
cool.
game. So it
Yeah.
kind of it does give a little warning just in case, so you're not double dipping when you don't have to.
Nice.
So
And
I just bought
then-
it.
Awesome. Can't wait to hear what you think about it. Hopefully you like it, because I know you're not into those games too much, but hopefully you like it.
I like this. I do like breakout type of games. It's just I can't normally play them for more than a half hour before I get bored. But
Right.
with the
Yeah,
roguelike
the
twist,
runs.
maybe that will it'll either make it worse or better. I haven't decided yet. I won't
Yep,
until I
because you
try
can
it.
do one run and then you got the opportunity to retry or just go back to your village and, do some things there and then be done. So it's a nice quick play game. The other game I'm playing, and I know you're playing this too, Marty, is Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. Well, right now I'm
Yeah.
kind of more watching things. I'm doing the documentary stuff a lot, trying to get those out of the way. I did play the first Mortal Kombat because that was in the first section of the documentary. So I had a lot of fun with that, playing that after watching the documentary, learning about how that game came to be. I love the Digital Eclipse docutainment games. And because it's a lot more knowledge about the industry at the time those games were made that I'm loving the aspect of. So, and they do a really good job putting that stuff together, sharing content, sharing materials that you can look at digitally, and then even playing some of those games they're even talking about. I wish there was more games you could play, like some of the Smash TV or the Narc game that they talk about in the first section of the documentary. But maybe there's a DLC that'll come out that'll allow you to play some of those old Midway games.
Maybe they would just do a Midway collection.
Maybe that's the next one. That would be awesome.
They've
still own the
done a
cop-
really good
the-
job.
The IP, the old Midway IP, or who owns those?
It's a good question. I don't know who owns that anymore.
Yeah.
Everything's changed hands so
Don't-
many times.
Yeah, I don't know if never or whoever they call themselves now owns those or not.
But Marty, I'll let you go ahead and take over that discussion.
Yeah, so
of
this
Mortal
is
Kombat.
one of the most comprehensive packages like I've seen on any game series. Just the sheer amount of versions of Mortal Kombat that are in this is pretty mind blowing. Just for the original game, I mean, it's arcade, Genesis, Super Nintendo, Game Boy, Game Gear. Then, like, they even get into some of the like when you get to Mortal Kombat 3, there was Mortal Kombat, Ultimate Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat Trilogy. All of that's here. And it's packed with things you can do. Like, I mean, when I'm like Tim, I dove into the original arcade Mortal Kombat, and there's a setting where you can go in and you can set it to where, like, mid play, you can make it trigger the reptile fight, and that's the next fight that you do after you finish the one you're on. So you get to experience that some of that lore and things. And man, I have forgotten how hard Mortal Kombat was in the arcade. There are difficulty
Is it
settings.
hard because it's hard, or hard because it cheats?
Fight. Go find this and fight Shang Tsung on regular difficulty, without bumping it down, and tell me what you think, because it was.
The other day I used to be able to do it, but I don't think I can play it now.
He does stuff that you cannot do, like changing forms in mid.
It's right in the air.
Yeah,
while he's walking.
Yeah.
Yes, and you can't trip him because he has no feet. And I was playing as Johnny Cage, and you can't do the ball punch on him because Johnny Cage just does the splits for some reason. Like, if he turns into a male character, you could do the ball punch on him then, but but then the rest of the time you can't. So it's like takes a move out of your repertoire, you know.
Yeah.
Um, I can't wait to dig into this weekend because I've been begging for a way to play Mortal Kombat 2 on modern consoles,
Yeah.
like, and it is one of my top 10 games, I think, of all time. Like, there's that trend going around on social media right now, like, here's 10 games to get to know me. And I was doing mine and I was like, I think Mortal Kombat 2 is one of those games. I mean, for me, it's not just about the game itself. It's about like all of the stuff that surrounded Mortal Kombat 2 when it came out, both in arcades and on the Super Nintendo. I mean, like that was like serious lunchroom talk in
Hmm.
middle school. And
Yep.
well, I've done this and I've done this, or how do you know that they have two fatalities? And like it was before the internet, so like
Yes.
you're exchanging lore, and I
Right
beat
at
it
the
with
infancy
axe,
of
and
Yeah,
internet,
I
right
remember
in the
when
yeah.
Mortal
infancy of
Kombat
it.
2 first launched in the arcade, and went to university. While internet and the homes wasn't the thing yet, there was internet at
It
the
was, yeah.
university, and
Yep.
Usenet
That's
news
how I used it.
was
It's in
pretty
college.
significant. So I was able to download a fact that someone made pretty early about how to do all the moves, all the fatalities, and I
They
printed them
talk
Oh
off
about
wow.
those.
and
They
I
talk about
shared
those
it.
in the documentary part.
Awesome. Yeah, so I printed out a copy and brought it to the arcade and passing it around. Everyone's researching in
Yeah.
real time.
They were
So
talking
the
about those facts that somebody said that they wrote up, and they bumped into somebody that had printed out their fact sheet. And he didn't say it was him that wrote it. He just asked, "Hey, where'd you get that?" And he said, "You go to the internet." And he's like, "Oh yeah, how'd you get it? What'd you have to do to get it?" And he said, "Oh, I had to pay for it." And the guy was like, "I didn't get any money for that." What are you talking about?
there what I really love about this is too is that it's super customizable too. Like you can change the aspect ratio for the screen, you can change the sides, you can change the scan lines, you can go in and do all of that. It's just neat seeing all the different versions, and it's so packed with stuff. $50, before tax. So if you're a Mortal Kombat fan, this goes all the way up through Mortal Kombat 4 and 2 of the spin-offs, Sub-Zero
Yeah.
Mythologies and Special Forces. So you can go and check that out. I'm really looking forward to digging into it this weekend. I'm also playing Power Wash Simulator 2 still, and I'm loving it. It's just I love I love power washing. I bought the attachment that lets you use the like the flat floor cleaner.
Oh,
So,
okay.
like the rug cleaner device thing,
Yeah.
and now like I can like do surfaces really quick, like flat surfaces. So, yeah, I was power washing a billboard installation, and you had to like do, and there's all kinds of new gadgets that you can use. So you've got the traditional scaffolding, well then you had to climb up, and you got in like a rig where you like lowered yourself up and down to be able to clean the billboard, and it was just really cool to be doing that. And I wasted a whole afternoon or a couple hours this afternoon really doing that.
Yeah.
And then I missed Chibi Robo when it first came out for GameCube, and I decided to try that on the NSO this week. And what an absolutely bizarre game this is.
Yeah.
It's very Nintendo. I mean, I'll have to say it's very Nintendo. But it's also the
Don't let
just
the noise distract you. Nothing to see
the
here.
well, the whole storyline is that it's this girl's birth. It's a girl named Jenny. It's her birthday, and her dad buys her a Chibi Robo without telling mom, and mom's mad. But it makes the little girl happy, and the little girl is autistic apparently because she's dressed like a frog, and they tell her it's like you're 8 years old, you can't act like a frog anymore, and her response to that is ribbit, ribbit. That's the only thing that she says is ribbit. And so basically they
Funny.
bought Chibi Robo to like be her gift, and then immediately it dumps you into the game and you have no clue how to play it. And so basically what you're doing is your job is to make people happy so that you can advance up the Chibi Robo leaderboard and become Super Chibi Robo. And you make people happy by doing things like the first thing you do is pull a flower out of a vase and give it to the little girl, and you get happy points. And then the next thing you do, it's like, oh, it's nighttime and there's trash left over from the party, so you can run around and pick up trash. And then you have to learn how to throw, like where to go to deposit the trash, and that gets you more happy points. Or you do this, thing or that thing. You find a frog ring and you give her the frog ring, and it gives a bunch of happy points because she loves frogs. And you're just going along, and it's almost like Pikmin if Pikmin didn't have a timer. Because like you're contained in like this house, and you're doing all these tasks that are slowly revealing themselves, and the only limitation is that Chibi Robo has a battery, and the battery drops with every movement you make. And so frequently you'll find yourself picking up your plug, which is attached to you, and plugging yourself into the wall and charging.
Yeah,
And
I remember
then
that.
it charges pretty quick, but then it like whether you're day or night, it does have a timer, but to me it's not as oppressive as Pikmin. So it goes down, and like and there's also no fear of me losing the Pikmin. I've not encountered any enemies in this game yet or anything like that. I'm just walking around and like solving problems for people. And so it's really uh it's very bizarre. It's not like anything else that I played. The only gripe that I have about it is two things. It's very, very hand-holdy talky. Like at the very beginning, it takes forever to like actually just be able to play the game.
Okay.
There's just there's a little bird thing that is with you called television. That's the name. It's television, two words. And television never shuts up. Never. And it just feels like, oh my God, television, if I had a Chibi Robo gun, I would shoot you to get you to stop. And then the other thing is it's stupid inverted camera controls that you
Oh
can't
yeah.
change unless you go to the system level and make one just for that game. And who like,
I thought they changed
oh,
that to where in the Game Boy, excuse me, the GameCube app,
you
you can
can do
change it.
individual, but I just want it to
Okay.
work right when
Yeah.
like
The
I'm so used to
question is,
non.
does the C stick have multiple purposes that will mess up by doing it, like Wind
Yeah.
Waker does, which is why I stopped playing it.
So far right now, no, it doesn't.
Okay.
That I know of. It's just to look around. But also the camera's kind of broken. Like you can get stuck behind furniture because it won't rotate around. You'll see some coins or something behind the furniture, and you'll go to get them, and it'll force a perspective, and you need to be able to change. And yeah. So, but other than that, I'm having fun with it. I don't think I'm gonna like play it extensively or anything, but I'm gonna dip back into it in between like different things.
Yeah.
And I do want to pick up Ball Pit at some point, but it's probably gonna be next month. And then there's other games to play too. So, but
Yeah.
that's what I've been playing. Let's turn on the community spotlight and round out the show.
All right. Community Spotlight is where we put a spotlight on our community and the events that we have with them. And one of the things that we're going to be doing Extra Life 2025. Don't forget about that. Thank you to everybody who's joined our team so far. And we've so far, I haven't checked recently, but let's see, let me double check that. We've been able to get $1,340 out of our 5,000 goal so far. So that is a huge chunk of money before we even done our own events. But we have multiple people who've joined the team that are going to be doing random events throughout the Extra Life weekends. Marty's going to be doing something, and I plan on doing something probably on the Thanksgiving weekend and not necessarily the Extra Life weekend, because I'll have time off and I can recuperate from the 24 hours during that time like I did last year.
Yeah, I'll probably do something probably the weekend before Thanksgiving. It's not going to
Okay.
be more than probably 4 hours at the most. That's all I'll be able to handle before I get exhausted. But I have some games that lying around that I haven't played yet. I want to play, maybe even get out a board game that supposedly can be played with one person. I'll set
Okay.
up a camera and see how that works.
Awesome.
So I have ideas.
Nice. So we'll have multiple things going on. So keep an eye on our channels for when we go live. We'll also try to post when we do, try to give you guys an idea when we go live so you can, come hang out with us. We'll be playing community games mostly, based on whoever shows up and says, "Hey, I want to play this game." So stay tuned for that. Probably lots of Mario Kart. Wish we had access to that Animal Crossing for this, but maybe next year. But yeah, and we'll have lots of prizes, especially for those who've already donated. To everybody who will be donating, we'll be putting you in the drawing for a prize. So every $10 gets you your name into the wheel for drawing a prize. Some of those prizes being Switch 2 accessories, which we have a lot of. In fact, I've been testing out a few accessories from, was it Jax? I think Marty, you got some from them too.
From JSO.
JSO, yeah, JSO. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a few of those as well, and we'll be giving away some of those accessories that after we test them, and talk to you guys about it. We probably don't have a need for them ourselves because we have so many accessories that we'll probably be giving away some of those accessories. We have some Lego sets, some eShop codes, some Nintendo Dads merch. So lots of stuff that each of us will be giving away during our time when we're going live. And then afterwards, anything remaining, we'll definitely let winners know if they won. So you do not have to be present to win. At least everything. So that's what's going on with Extra Life 2025 this year. Again, you don't have to even come watch us. If you want to donate, just go to our nintendodads.org website. At the top of the page, there's an Extra Life link where you can click on that, go to the donate button, and send in your donation to the Nintendo Dads team. Or you can join too. And again, joining doesn't mean you have to play during one of those weekends. You can join just to support your hospital and get people to donate towards your local children's hospital near you. And it helps contribute towards our goal as a team. So lots of ways you can help, again, for Extra Life 2025. All right. No questions this week from anybody. We had our own question that a lot of people answered. It's been a long time since we had that happen where we didn't have at least one question. Not a dig on anybody. Doesn't mean we have to have a question every week. It just means we get a break. So we'll jump right into the end of our monthly mayhem that we had, which was the Halloween Mayhem 25, where we asked people to submit a photo caption contest. So basically, or photo that caption, where it's basically we had a caption that they had to submit a photo towards. We had 4 different categories, and we have 4 different winners. And each of the Nintendo Dads had to pick a winner for that. For example, we had the Nope category, where it was Justin who had to pick the winner for that. We had several entries there. And the entry that won that Justin picked is C-Dub. His entry for that. And that was trying to find the picture there. The clown, the scary clown picture. So if you're in our Discord, you get to see it. It's a very creepy looking clown.
with
I think somebody said
splattering
that.
of red liquid.
Yeah, somebody said that it wasn't a real. It was like a wax figure, but I don't know. Looking really close at that, it looked pretty real to me. Like he just wasn't moving.
I didn't look at it for very long.
But that's the example. So Justin picked again. C-Dub won that category for the nope category. So that is the nope entry. Marty, what did you pick for your adorable?
Yeah, so
Option.
I looked through all of the adorable submissions, and they were all adorable, which they should have been because that's what they were supposed to be for the prompt.
Yes.
But one stood out above all the rest, and that was the photo that was submitted of Weights and Measures Inspector and his one of his kids dressed as Pikachu and a Pokemon trainer, having a good time at what appears to be a trunk or treat.
Yes.
And so I thought that one was pretty adorable. That's the one I picked. They win.
Yes. So Weights and Measures Inspector, I'll be reaching out to you for your prize as well. $25 eShop card. So Jesse, who won You Tried category?
So this one I think had the least number of entries, so it was didn't have a lot to choose from. The one I selected was Spider Sean's entry of it was basically a bulletin board at an elementary school that a teacher made into like a Pac-Man and maze. And if you zoom out your to see the details, like a bunch of the dots are like little they look like candies
Nice.
for Halloween. Pac-Man looks like a jack-o'-lantern, and there's lots of ghosts. There's like 12 ghosts on this board, but some of them, but they all kind of look unique. They all look. Some of them have eyelashes, and some of them have different expressions. So it would look kind of cool. So that's the one I chose.
Very cool. And the last category that I had was the not scary. It actually becomes scary. So we got a few pictures in that one as well. All good entries. But the one that thought fit this category the best, the not scary, and it actually is the one that's submitted by an informant, because you
Oh
just
yeah,
look
I
at
see
it,
it
it looks
now.
like a little purse, and it's like, oh, I see ears, so it must be like a little, little dog purse. And then you turn and look at the dog, and it's a creepy chihuahua wearing a crown sticking out of the purse there, like ready to bite your hand off. Now, chihuahuas, you get some angry ones, they look pretty creepy already, but you don't need like a horrifying, creepy looking one like this one. It looks like a demon chihuahua coming out the bag. So yeah, that was definitely that's not scary type of thing. So again, an informant was the one who submitted that one, and they're the winner of that one. So each of those peeps will be getting a notification from me in regards to their winnings for the 4 categories. That's C-Dub for the nope category. The adorable category is Weights and Measures Inspector. The You Tried is Spider Shan. And the not scary informant wins that one. So congratulations, and thanks to everybody who submitted their entries. It was a lot of fun seeing those pictures. And stay tuned for the next monthly mayhem, which we want to say thanks to John again for putting that together for our community. So give for everybody who won their categories or even participated, make sure you say thanks to Zablanc for always connecting those things. And I imagine the next one's probably going to be our Christmas one. So we're the Secret Santa monthly mayhem.
Yeah. Thanksgiving skip just like it should be.
Yes.
Guys, that's episode 551 of Nintendo Dads. I want to thank you for hanging out with us on the show, and say a huge thanks to our Patreon producers, That's Dave Ernsberger, Jacqueline Amira, an anonymous Patreon producer, as well as all our friends of the show over at patreon.com/Nintendo Dads, where you can join up and be a part of the greatest community of all time. Also, a huge shout out to our Twitch Prime subscribers, nearly 1,500 Twitch followers, and nearly getting on up there toward 8,300 YouTube subscribers. You guys are awesome. And thank you for your support. If you're following the show, but you're not following us on social media and checking out our weekly videos and things, what are you doing? Head over there, like and subscribe on YouTube, on Twitch, follow us on X. In fact, if you head over to nintendodads.org, you can find all of our social media, Patreon Extra Life pages, our YouTube videos, tweets, Nintendo Dads merch, as well as a list of our family of podcasts, as well as other recommended podcasts like Star Wars Dads, Mega Dads, Dad Crossing, and Retro Logic and their family of podcasts. You can email us at nintendodads@gmail.com or call in and leave a voicemail at 929-25-NDADS. That's 929-256-3237. Don't forget to head over to manscaped.com and get 20% off your Manscaped order with the code NINDADS. That's NINDADS. Big thanks to OC Remix for the music we use throughout the show. And reminder, wherever you hear us in your podcatcher of choice, if they have a 5-star review system or something similar with comments or kudos or stars or whatever, give us some of that. Helps people find the show and pushes us further up the charts. For me, for Tim and Jesse, this has been Nintendo Dads episode 551. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Nintendo Dads.
If this is your